Today we're going to be checking out the game Make Room. I found this game on Steam and I thought it was so cute because it is yet another cozy interior decorating game, but I love those and I know you all love those as well. So let's check out Make Room. So we are officially in Make Room, and I think what we're going to start off with is the objectives, which is completing tasks given to us by townsfolk because they have dreams they want to fulfill. You guys know I'm all about the client. So we're going to do exactly what they ask for and see what they want. So I looked through some of what we have, and I'm going to go through all 14 of them just because I want to list them for you all so that you can pick what we do next time, and I'll pick what we do this time. But just so you all know, this is what our townsfolk want. Our clients. It's all about the client. So we have Vampires Welcome, Garage to Home Cinema, the tutorial, doesn't count, the garden retreat, a reading nook, a spy headquarters, a potion laboratory, a meditation space, moving troubles, cat paradise, a floating home, a camper renovation, a gamer room, and an art studio. I think what I'm going to start with is the reading nook, just because it's cozy and I'm in the mood for something cozy. Hopefully you all are as well. But please let me know what you think down in the comments below for what objective you want us to fulfill next time. Today we're going to do the reading nook, but I can't wait to see what you guys want for next time. Okay, let's create a cozy reading nook in this room. Start by finding a comfortable armchair. Can I first get rid of these boxes? His name is Homie, by the way, this little guy right here. I found this out. You can also pet him. When I pet him for the first time by accident, it said, Homie loves you. I love when games do stuff like that. So let's get rid of some of that, and then let's find ourselves a nice armchair. I always like something nice and cozy like this, where I feel like I'm enveloped in the chair. I can just sit in the chair cross-legged and then stay there all day. So let's get a chair like this. Okay, great choice. Now let's add a few decorative cushions to make the reading nook extra inviting. I'm gonna look up cushions. Nice. We've got this one and this little guy. I think we can shrink these down, so I'm gonna shrink them down actually. I will be changing the colors, by the way, but we're just gonna fulfill Homie's requests for now. Wonderful. How about a small side table next to the chair for a cup of tea or coffee? So let's get a side table. I think that should be okay. I'm just grabbing a couple of furniture pieces and seeing. Might size this up a bit. That looks about right. Excellent. Let's add to the cozy atmosphere by adding a floor lamp for reading light. You got it, dude. Homie, my little cutie. Here's a lamp. Fantastic. Now let's place some books on a nearby bookshelf to complete the reading nook. I actually looked at this a little earlier, and there are a couple of different bookshelves that we can choose from. So I'm actually going to start taking over. I'm Tabitha and I'm taking over. I'm not Tabitha, but I'm taking over. I wanted these bookshelves because they remind me, I don't know why, they remind me of Beauty and the Beast for some reason. I don't know. I just think they're cool looking. We gotta add some plants. You guys already know. I don't think a single room is complete without some plants. All right, so we've added our plants, and now I'm just gonna change the walls a little bit and see if we can't get something closer to this color, or maybe even more neutral. I feel like it might look nice if everything's a bit more neutral and the color comes from the furniture itself. Hopefully that's the same color that I picked. And let's try to get these floors somewhat darker, but not too dark. And let's change these cushion colors. Brown is a bit tough to look at, I'm not gonna lie. And that's looking good. Okay, so we're gonna have to change some of the colors, I think. Maybe I can neutralize the brownness of the floor with a carpet. So let's see. We get a heart carpet, a daisy carpet, which, you know, I actually really like. I think that this contrasting against the blue is quite nice. But let's see what else we have. We also have this, which we definitely need to change the color of if we're gonna go with this. Okay, so what I actually did is I flipped the colors. So I did the shade that we had on the walls to be lighter on the floor and then darker on the walls. So now we can maybe make this a little bit darker, and it's looking good. So now we have to add all of our books, which I'm super excited about because we have a lot. I'm gonna put one of these down here just because I feel like that could be their latest book. Maybe this is where they put their most recent read. This goes over here, and then we can just start stacking these up with books. So I'm gonna do that and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I have added all the books to the bookshelves and I changed the colors just to kind of make them contrasting with the blue a little bit. And I think what we're gonna do now is maybe see if we can get some curtains for our windows. And yes, we can. So let's get some nice long curtains. This one has light streaming out of it. So let's get some nice white curtains. And I think last thing I'm gonna do is see if I can't find a cup, because they did mention sometimes you want a cup of tea. So let's get some coffee over here. I'm actually gonna make this slightly off center towards kind of facing the books. Sometimes I think that looks really nice when things are just not like everything's fitting into a corner and straight up against the sides of the walls and stuff. So let's do that instead. And I feel like we have room for one more couch. So, or not couch, one more armchair. So I think I'm gonna add another armchair, same kind of armchair, maybe drag one of the little cushions over here instead, and then put this in the center instead. That way, if anybody else wants to come over and read or just hang out, they can do that as well. And we're just gonna put that right there. And I think this is our reading nook done. I'm gonna actually look around and see if there are other little things that we can add. Like, I see we can add pets here, so we're definitely gonna add a cat, because I feel like a cat would have a really nice time in here. Or a dog. We can do either or. I'm gonna add this little cat bed here. And I want to add an extra one down here. You know, I've heard from friends who have cats. I'm allergic to cats, so I can't have one. But I've heard from friends who have cats that they have bought these cat towers for their cats, and their cats have absolutely zero interest in them. So I'm going to put 2 things for the cats just to see if I can please them. So let's get this, and I'm gonna maybe center it kind of facing this way so that they can look at their owners if they want to. And then we're gonna add a sleeping kitty right there. And I think I'm not going to change these colors too much. I think black is nice for that one, but I'm going to keep the bottom one brown. And let's see if there's anything else that we can add in terms of lights. Maybe an overhead light as well. I think I'm going to add this kind of overhead light. I think the last thing I'm going to do is just add a couple more hanging plants just to make it really pretty. And then we have our little hanging plant. So this is our little reading nook. We have a special space for the cat. We have all of the books that we could ever want, hopefully. And we have space for 2 people just in case we ever invite somebody over and they want to read with us, and a little space for our tea or coffee. And I hope that we have fulfilled everything our client wants, because it's all about the client. So that's our reading nook in Make Room. So that was our little reading nook that we made together in Make Room today. Let me know what you thought about it down in the comments below, and please let me know which objective and or room you'd like us to check out next time. Thanks for watching, and thank you for hanging out with me. I hope you're all doing super well, and I'll see you next time. Bye everybody, take care.